Alright, welcome to week 2 of Power Strong. Figured this week I would make the video somewhat useful and go over a little bit of a warm-up that I like to do on bench days. Today is a bench and squat day that I'm going to show in the video, and this is just a little bit of a warm-up that I do. So right here I'm just doing this little move that I like to do to kind of move the hips over into the side. Back and forth. I'll just do this a couple times on each side, left or right. You can look on mwod.com, mobilitywod.com, to see the movement in action and how to do it properly. But it's just something that I've picked up, and I tend to feel better when I do it, so I try to do it as often as I can before a workout. So there I am again, just really sitting into the hip, feeling it, stretching the back out. It's really important. People forget how much you really need to have that back and the shoulders prepped for the bench press, and then again later on in the workout when I squat. Alright, this one I used to kind of stretch the hips out, hip flexors. Just place a band high up on the hams and the back foot, lunge out, and really try to keep the torso upright. I like to put my hands up over my head, get it stretch even deeper. I haven't really found a right or wrong way to do this, as long as you're feeling a stretch. When I stop feeling something, then I move over to another side. I like to sit in this anywhere from 20 seconds to 2 minutes on each side, depending on how much I've been sitting that day, and if I'm training later on in the day, or if I've been in the car for a long time. It's a good stretch to really just open up, get ready for those squats later on in the workout. Whole time here I'm focusing on keeping my glutes nice and tight and my spine nice and organized. And you would repeat again, like I said, on the other side. This one I like to do afterwards, put it kind of high up on the hips or high on the glutes, low on the hips, high on the glutes rather, and take a few steps back, sit down, and it really pulls your hips in closer to your center of gravity in the middle of your foot, so your torso is really, really upright. You can kind of stretch a little bit deeper. I like to put a little tension on the hamstrings back, sit up and down, move around side to side, put some weight on either ankle. Up here I'm just kind of simulating a front squat position. And again, this stretch, I'll sit in it anywhere between 30 seconds to 2.5, 3 minutes, maybe even multiple times. Might do a few air squats in between, maybe even a set of snatches or cleans with the bar, and then do this again, just until I feel really loose and limber and ready to do that squat. Alright, here's the start of really working on the shoulders. I like to start every bench session with these band pull-aparts. I don't like to go crazy here and build strength, so I don't use a crazy band. I start off nice and easy, and then I kind of just walk my way in a little bit, as you see. So that's what makes it a little bit more difficult. Key to these is keeping the shoulders tucked back and down, and really trying to use your shoulders to move that and not try to get any momentum. I try to have the band, when fully stretched, touch me right around the sternum. This next one I like to do, these are YTWs, or a form of YTWs. I do them pretty light here. You see me using 2 kilograms. That's about under 5 pounds, 4.5 pounds. Trick here is just keeping the movements very strict, using a weight that's easy. I like to do them from different angles. So you see here I'm kind of got my back a little bit flatter, then I'll bring my back up at another angle and just try to focus on these different angles. YTWs, YTWLs, these can be looked up on YouTube. My advice when you do them though is start off light and stay light. There's really no reason to move up quick. I started with 1 kilogram, which is about 2.2 pounds, and I spent that for about 4 or 5 months before moving up to 2 kilograms. Here's some range of motion stuff with the 2 kilograms, just getting some blood in the shoulders, moving around. I like to hit it from all the angles that the shoulder can go into, again with a safe, light weight. So here you go, pretty simple. Move it around. Some side lateral raises, twisting up at the top, twisting at the bottom. And there's no real number set for these. Again, I'm not trying to build strength, so I just do sets until I'm warmed up. I'm look a little bit like a robot right now for the camera to show you guys, but this really is how it should be. It should be nice and easy, lightweight movements that matter. And these are for weaknesses. It's not training. There's a little shoulder rotator cuff movement I like to do. I have some rotator cuff issues. Anybody with rotator cuff issues, this is great before the bench press. Just grab something nice and light. Keep that elbow tucked into the side. That's the trick. Keep that elbow tucked in. Don't worry about how far you can push the plate outside your body. When I first started, I could barely turn the thing past my body. It was ridiculous, and now I have this much better range of motion. I finish off here. Looks like some overhead squats with those plates just above me in each hand. It's kind of fun to do them without the bar. It's a little bit different to do overhead squats without the bar, and you have weight in each hand. Some shoulder rolls, and just a few more rear delt exercises here. Alright, before I get into the bench, I like to do these depth push-ups, I guess, Pylo push-ups. I'd start at the top, and then move my hands quicker to the center, let myself fall down into it, and then explosively as I can, push back up onto those plates. And what I have there is a 70 and a 20, I'm sorry, a 25 and a 20 kilogram plate stacked on top of each other. Alright, looks like I got into some benching here. This is just the final top set of 5. Benching's been coming along nice. This new setup's working out for me. Just taking it nice and easy. And still working the weights up. Feeling pretty good though with all the shoulder work I've been doing. So far I haven't run into any pains or anything, so that's pretty good. Hopefully that keeps up. Alright, so we'll move right into some squats. I actually haven't really watched the videos yet, so just kind of let the music play here and take a look. I've widened my stance out just a little bit to start working on being able to activate the hips and use that as a break, so that way I'm not going all the way down for a competition squat. Maybe I get below parallel to make sure that it's a clean lift, but not necessarily all the way down. So having a little bit of some hip soreness, not pain, just soreness from using the muscles in a different way than I'm used to. Don't get me wrong, I still feel like I get pretty low with the squats, but eventually I'm going to work those feet out a bit wider than I'm used to, and be able to kind of stop that bar movement a little bit sooner and start squatting up a little bit sooner. A little less bounce out of the bottom, a little more control at that parallel point. And I finished up the workout. Maybe this was another day with some front squats. Keeping the front squats in my program for the strongman stuff. If you ever had to pick up stones, it's pretty important to be able to get real low in that upright position and use the quads to get up off the floor. Did some deadlifts this week too. Working on a deadlift program. It's the only thing kind of going separate from the rest of my lifts. My pull's not too bad, I feel, so doing a 10-week deadlift program. This has me doing 55% for 8s, or 50% for 8s, 8 sets of 8, so that got real tiring real fast. Reset the weight every time, of course, and I use the steel so that way I don't let myself bounce the weight, and reset every single time. Did some pressing that week. Since my shoulder's been feeling okay, figured it's alright to start doing a little pressing. And it's not feeling too bad, actually. After most of my pressing exercises, I like to finish up with some pulls, so chins, and then I think some dips going to come up after this. just working on a little bit of the arms for fun, but also helps with the lockout and the bench, and the pulls really focus since I'm doing so much pushing. The pulls really help me keep myself balanced out. So last video I said I'd show some of the field work. This is a sandbag. I just take it outside. I go out a certain distance, throw the weight on my shoulder, and try to run up and then walk down. And then I just repeat that process over and over and over until I want to stop or can't do it anymore. That bag can weigh somewhere, I think it's worth around 115 pounds. I have it filled with wood burning pellets. I just keep refilling it with bags of that. And so some of them will fall out, and maybe it'll be 100 pounds, and I'll just put some more back in. Well, there you have it. That was week 2, 4 training days. Body weight's up 1 pound on average, so that's not too bad. My goal is to add about 15 pounds of body weight over the next 5 months. It's nice and slow and easy. Alright, thanks again for watching the videos. Please leave any comments or feedback you can on the YouTube channel or theironknight.wordpress.com or my Facebook page, Iron Knight Weightlifting. Remember the 3 rules of training: eat, sleep, train, and you're going to be okay. Iron Knight, out.